For women that are listening right now and, they're struggling. They don't know where to turn. Something that they could just like put in their pocket to get them through the day today.
Write down the sober you and the drunk you and just pick one. Literally just pick one. Which one do you want to be? Like when you actually write that down, like in every area of your life, finances, career, love, friendship, body, write it down. In each area, who are you? And then ask yourself, if I don't stop drinking in 5 years, what will my life look like? And like that's the first homework assignment I give every sober fit girl, is write down your drunk you and your sober you, and then ask, if you don't choose the sober you, what will your life look like in 5 years? Like, cause that's so much information. Like once you actually write that down, your head's gonna probably spin off and you're gonna get a lot of anxiety. And then that's when you ask for help. Cause that's that motivation underneath. It's called your why. It's like, why do I wanna ask for help? Cause this. Obviously, I can give people tools and I'm certified in nutrition, but there's nothing like working with someone who understands it themselves. It's nothing.
An entrepreneur straight out of New York City, Michael Chernow was cracking.
So Kat, how long are you sober now?
I will be 6 years sober in January.
Wow, 6 years sober. So I met Kat at a Tony Robbins event in
2017.
No. Oh, wait.
Clearly, I was drunk.
Was it 2017?
I really think so. 2017 or 2018. Or it could have been 2016.
I think it was 2016.
Okay.
I think it was 2016 because I remember having to leave that Tony Robbins.
Yep, I remember.
My wife had a miscarriage.
Yep, I remember.
And so that
I was really bummed because we were on the same team.
Yeah.
You're still on my phone as Michael Wild Ones.
Oh my God, the Wild Ones. We met, there was a couple of really kind of interesting, crazy people there.
Couple?
Yeah. There was a lot of wild ones there,
Yeah,
for
there was
sure.
a lot of wild ones.
So we've had like a really interesting experience together. We met at that event and then, why don't you tell the story?
Well, we went to that event, and truly when I met you, you were the first guy, sober person I probably ever came encountered with, that it was like a strong presence. And I will always remember that because at the time, I actually was really hungover that day when we would go, because I drank the previous night. And then I met you, and I think you were there for 2 full days?
Yeah, 2
right?
days.
And when I met you, you were, I would call it an expander to me. It was like, I've never met a guy that was sober and confident and an entrepreneur. And it really inspired me. It really inspired me because at the time I didn't hang out with sober people. I was the full-blown party girl. So even every guy I met I wasn't in the self-help yet. That was kind of like the first thing I did. And when I met you, I was like, one, you were, to me, I was like, oh my God, he's so hot. And you were sober. And I was like, this is so cool. And I just will always remember you were a huge part of my story.
What compelled you to do the Tony Robbins event? Like, were you at a moment in your life where you were like, all right, I gotta like...
Well, at the time, we started an app, me and the girl I was with, and we had an investor. We actually raised $1 million for this app. And the investor put us there because we both had a very, very bad drinking problem. And he's like, well, they're definitely not going to be successful in this business. So he put us there.
Oh, wow. So that's how you guys ended up there.
That investor put us there, paid for everything, and we drank.
I want to talk about alcohol.
Yeah.
And how you've been able to abstain from alcohol, and a lot more people in the world today, whether they're alcoholic or not, or have a heavy drinking problem or not, have really been thinking about this idea like, hey, like maybe I'd be better off not drinking. Mm-hmm. What was the moment for you where you were like, that's it. Like, this is the fucking thing that is keeping me from being the best version of myself or being the person that I know can, like right now you have an unbelievably thriving coaching business. Like you have hundreds
Thank
of
you.
women that look at you as a sober fit girl. Basically, you're like, I'm sober, I'm in great shape, I love my fucking life, and you can too. And like you've created this community of just that, and it's blown the fuck up. So like, what was the moment for you when you were like, okay, I think that this alcohol thing is the problem?
Well, it was just the same story over and over. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but mine was kind of like a random Tuesday where I woke up and I had this strong screaming voice of, you have to fucking stop or you're going to die. Because for me, when I drank, because I drank on the weekends, I never was an everyday drinker, I did a lot of party drugs. And so when you do party drugs, the hangovers, you know, I felt crazy. I had horrific paranoia, so much anxiety. My father had passed away in 2012. So when I would drink and I would do the party drugs, and in the morning I would wake up with this like impending doom of sadness and grief and truthfully wanting to kill myself. Like after a drinking experience, the next day was always so bad for me. And the last day I drank was January 17, 2020. And that evening that I went out the night before, I woke up and I had no idea if I had slept with the person next to me, and I was completely naked. I had done a ton of drugs. I had no phone, no keys, and that wasn't anything new, really. I guess because I didn't remember what specifically happened, which I rarely ever did, but not knowing if I had slept with that person really scared me. And I just stopped. Like, it was truly, I always share this from my sober curious days to my sober days. It's an energetic feeling. It's a feeling in your soul that you are done. And that I felt that, and I've never felt that until that day, and I was done.
You know, it's so interesting that you say that, because I too, like everybody I knew in the last 2 years of my drinking days, everyone that knew me, that I knew, that I associated with, knew that I was dying. They were. It wasn't like, you know, and like I say dying, meaning like it wasn't like I was like bedridden dying. It was like, chances are that kid's not going to make it to 25, right, dying the way I lived my life, and how in the drug and alcohol lifestyle I was. And a lot of the friends that I had those days are dead, 100%. And so that said, the day I stopped, I knew I was done too.
This is crazy. It gives me the chills.
I knew I was done. I knew I was done, so much so that I bartended.
Yeah.
The whole way through. From, I mean, Frank didn't let me bartend for a little while, but like within the first 3 weeks, I was back behind the bar. And I just had zero, like I did not want to use and drink anymore.
Did you have cravings?
I mean, I'm sure I did. I don't remember that much, but you know, like, so I want to ask for you, because I'll also share for me what I needed then when I kind of knew I was done. Like, it's one thing knowing that you're done, and it's another thing, like, you know, kind of having the stars aligned a little bit to like help you kind of get through the first, you know, few weeks, months, maybe a year. But like, what was it for you that you think once you were like, okay, I'm fucking done. Like, I don't know if I slept with this dude. I know I'm like filled with drugs and alcohol. I feel like total shit. This is not an abnormal feeling. I cannot do this anymore. Boom, next step.
I actually, she's one of my very good friends now. We've been friends for years. You were the first guy that I met that gave me a huge like eye-opening of sobriety was available for me. But I met my girlfriend who I met her at a Barry's class, and she was a year sober, and I reached out to her and I was like, can you please meet me? And she sat down with me and she said, why do you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result? And I've heard that before, but I just heard it. Mm-hmm. And so I just hung out with her for like almost every day. But then I moved to Bali for a year and a half. So my stars aligned to, I say, higher power, my spiritual guidance system put me to Bali. And I stayed there for a year and a half because I needed to be in a different environment. And because I was in that different environment and I was away from my family, I was away from my friends, that girl came with me. So she was at my hip.
Oh, she came with you?
She is still there with 3 children. She met a man.
Wow.
And she's married. So that's like just a crazy cool story. But we stayed the year and a half there, and I needed to be in a different environment. Not saying I don't think I would have gotten sober without going there, but it made it a lot easier for me.
Mm-hmm. I know for me, really what I think, and so it's so interesting that you, like, when you sat down with her, she had said, you know, you're doing this, why are you doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? And you, like, heard it for the first time, but you've heard it a million
times.
So I had a very similar experience. I had slept through work for the umpteenth time. I had been on a 2 or 3 day bender, no sleep, God knows what kind of drugs, all of the drugs, every drug.
Same.
And all the alcohol, hot or cold. And you know, that was that morning that I had passed out. I was like, I want to die. I want to kill myself. Mm-hmm. Like, actually, that was like I had always had that thought in my mind. Like, okay, dude, like you should just jump, like kill yourself, man. Like what is this all? Like you're gonna die anyway. Just fucking do it. And I just didn't have the balls. And a similar thing, that morning I came in and I was like, you know, I fucking hate you so much, Michael Chernow. Like, you are the absolute, you are just the scum of the fucking earth. And you look like shit, you feel like shit, you abuse people, you manipulate, you steal. You're just jump, dude. Just fucking jump. Like, get it over with already. Like, it won't be a surprise to people, you know? And I just didn't have the balls to do it. And I blacked out. I woke up 16 hours later, slept through work because I still had a job in a restaurant that allowed me to drink and use the way I wanted to. And Frank said, you got to come downstairs because, you know, they all thought I was dead, basically. And I came downstairs and he was like, Mike, I love you like a son. You've been working here 2.5 years. I gotta fire you, man. Like, you gotta go. Like, I cannot continue to allow you to do this on my, I can't. You're dying. Mm-hmm. You gotta get sober. And that word, for the first time, echoed in my head like I was in a fucking cave alone. It was like, sober. And I heard it and I was like, oh my God. That's what I gotta fucking do.
Yeah.
I heard it for the first time. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. That's what it is, and that's what I need to do. And then I met the guy, just like you met the girl. And really what it was for me, and I do think that, like, this is potentially I don't think it's a requirement. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but I do think that the chances of someone staying sober when they have someone to look up to and someone 100%. To want to emulate is just so much greater, because you can go to treatment, mm-hmm. You can go away to these rehabs and not find someone that you want to emulate because you're surrounded with other addicts that are struggling. And then typically, like, when someone's in like a therapeutic situation, there's like doctors mm-hmm. there or, you know, clinicians.
Right.
And you're not like, oh yeah, I want to be like that person. You're like, I want to fucking kill that person.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I don't think treatment is necessarily the winning solution for people. Finding someone that you want to impress that is sober, finding someone that you want to emulate, that you think is cool and gets you and you can identify with and relate to, I think that is essential. And that is why I am that for a lot of guys, right? And that's why I think you asked me to be a part of your community, right? Like I haven't announced it at all to anybody yet, but we're launching a really cool thing together.
Yeah, we are.
And it's Sober Fit Dude.
And you're gonna do fucking great.
I'm stoked on it. But I have spent the last 21 years in sobriety and recovery, and my solution has been find someone to look up to. Start fucking working out.
And isn't it kind of interesting? I looked up to you.
I mean, I think I really, I've never had in sobriety I struggle with authority in general. I am not
Same.
good with authority.
Nope.
Yeah.
Pass.
Like when I feel like someone
Telling me what to do, I'm out.
not good.
I'm gonna do the opposite.
But interestingly,
Yeah.
I do well with the older brother type.
Yes.
There's certain people that they're authoritative, but they're authoritative in a way that like an older brother would be for me. And I don't struggle with those people. As a matter of fact, I'm drawn to them and I want them. And it probably has something to do with my father and not having a great father figure in my life. But I do think that it's necessary to have someone, not like a sponsor, great, and whatever, a mentor, awesome. I'm talking about someone that you look at and say, I want to be that person. I think I want that person to be the person to pat me on the back and say, good job. And, and that's what you do. Like that is what your business is, right? Like you give them fitness, you give them nutrition, but really what you give them is someone to look up to and someone to pat, like someone that they look at and they're like, wow, she's beautiful. She's in the best shape. She's sober. She's put together. She's articulate. She's like, I want that person to pat me on the back. And like, it's incredible that you've been able to find that, Interrupting this episode to share with you that Kreatures of Habit finally launched our protein bar. It's called the Daily Bar. It's made with 20 grams of plant-based protein, 3 grams of creatine. Yes, you heard that right. It also has 3 grams of creatine. It is incredibly tasty and clean as a whistle. All clean ingredients. Take this opportunity. Hop over to creaturesofhabit.com. That's creaturesofhabit.com with a K and use code KOHPOD20 at checkout for 20% off your first order. Back to the pod. I want to hear about a story from the days of drinking that really scarred you.
I mean, it's kind of interesting, this story I always tell, because this is how Sober Fit Girl was actually born, by this one specific post. And when I posted it, I think I got like over 50,000 followers. And isn't it so crazy to think that one post, if I didn't post, would Sober Fit Girl be as big, or would I've ever had the confidence to do what I do? It's just, the best gift of sobriety is things just align. And it's just such a beautiful gift of sobriety. I'm guided by my intuition of like asking you to be Sober Fit Dude is an intuitive thought. Regardless of if I'm scared or not, I always follow my intuition. That's truly why I'm here. And I was so scared to post this, and I posted it. And it's a green screen of me on the last day I drank alcohol. And I was talking about a different story, but I went on a date. And I met this guy at the gym, and I was in my bodybuilding stages, really fit, starting to be Sweat with Kat, because that was my business at the time. And he was a catch. He was definitely a catch. And he asked me to go to Soho House. And the night before, I was so nervous the night before because I knew he would be someone that would have been good for me. And I decided to get blacked out, do a bunch of blow, and then wake up in the morning. I had so much anxiety, and the date was at noon. So I decided to drink before the date. And I went to the date really, really, really drunk. And this nice gentleman who I met at the gym was like, who is this person? Just a completely different person at the gym, you know? And I got really, really blacked out. I was ripping shots at the pool, and he was just mortified. And I overshared. I cried about my ex. I did just from all and there's bits and pieces that come back, and he was ready to take me. He's like, we gotta go. And I started screaming because they wouldn't let me take the wine bottle with me. When I walked out of Soho House, I fell on top of a parked bicycle, and I had blood running down my leg. He had to call my friend to come and get me. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. And my friend came and got me, but I think I just fixed my leg and went out and did a bunch of blow and drank. And people think that you miss out on so much when you choose to not drink. I was missing out on everything because I was choosing to drink. Everything. Like, if you look at the sober cat, the girl at the gym, slaying, looking great, hitting her macros, and then drunk cat, he was probably like, who is this person? And that's what I teach my clients is write down the drunk you, write down the sober you. Who do you want to be? And then picture how other people perceive you. That's where the perspective change was for me, is how other people are looking at me. I would never find love if I'm drinking. I wouldn't go on a date. I would never call that girl again. Would you call that girl again? Maybe take her to a meeting. I don't know.
I mean, that's tough, you know.
Yeah,
and I know that girl too, you know what I mean? I don't know you like in those days, but I know that girl very well.
It was really embarrassing, and he never called me again. And just so many. It's all about perspective.
You know, like, it just makes me think too. So prior to getting sober, now I got sober young, right? But I'd started young.
I started at 14.
Yeah, I mean,
You?
I started at around 12, 13 years old in the city, and I, like, legitimately, every single relationship I was in was completely dysfunctional and fucked up. Every single one. Mm-hmm. I was never loyal, ever. Like, I could honestly say that, and I've made multiple amends over the years. And some of the women that I tried to make amends to, like, I would have to do it in a public setting because I just knew it was not gonna go well, right? And so, like, I had, but I
What do you mean not go well? Well, do you think she was gonna do something, or you?
Just like scream and yell at me.
Okay, I understand.
You know what I mean?
I'm
and I felt like if I did it in a public setting, it would it wouldn't go down that path.
Okay.
You know. But I was a terrible boyfriend. Like,
right. Disappear
for days. They'd find me in my apartment, like, face down, naked. Like, they'd be like,
yeah.
what? I remember I had an apartment. Oh my God, this is so crazy. So there was a period of time where in like the early 2000s, early 2000s, 2001, 2002.
Okay.
Where Quaaludes came onto the scene in New York, like a remake of Quaaludes. And Quaaludes were obviously a big deal in like the 80s and 70s. But this company, these fucking drug overlords, wherever they made them, this company, made these lemon 714s. They were big pills, and they were Quaaludes, and they basically just fucking knocked you out. But, like, they were fun, right? And so I used to get pillows of them. I'm talking about pillows, like full pillows of them.
Like a sleeping pillow.
Like a sleeping pillow. I used to sleep on a pillow of these things. And I would chew on them all day long. I just eat them like candy, pop them in my mouth, chew on them, like, eat them like candy. And, like, I lived in this apartment on First Street and First Avenue, and I was dating this girl. And I still question to this day, like how she was hot and could have had anyone. And I just think about like, she literally, I went missing for days, which was totally the norm, right? Like I was missing more than, like people would be like, where's, find him, he'll be behind the bar at some point.
They'd be shocking you were there.
Totally.
Okay, got
like
it.
I'd never showed up to anywhere I said I'd be. Anyway, she found me.
Where? Face down?
Face up naked. With my apartment door wide open, face up naked, lying in the middle of the living room floor. She literally found me with the butt naked, lying like passed out, face up on the floor of the apartment.
And did she stay with you?
Yes.
Did she see the sober you?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes, she knows. I know.
No, I mean like in those days, did she ever?
Yes, I mean there was obviously times.
Maybe that's what she was holding on to.
Well, there were times where I was obviously like, see, I think the other piece of this is like, the cat that is sitting in front of me now was always there.
Always.
Always there. The Michael that you see here, I was always there.
Yeah.
And like that's like you see these people walking down the street that are like zombies, right? Mm-hmm. And then like, and you would never like, you would be like, I couldn't ever talk to that person. They would never be able to like communicate normally. And then all of a sudden, like once in a while, you'll like, I don't know if you do, but like specifically when I was fucked up, I would talk to a lot of homeless people. I would be like,
yeah. I mean, I would talk to everyone.
Yeah, I would talk to.
I would end up with a like girl with pink shirt, jeans in bathroom.
Yeah.
With a snowflake.
Yeah, like we're gonna take over the world together. Yeah. But like, I just think it's impossible for someone living in that life or the life that we were living in to actually not only think but believe that where you are now is a possibility.
Unless they have that person they're looking up to.
But even then, like I'm talking about like you even when you had met that person, when I had met Marcus, I never thought that I would be sitting where I am today.
I still get confused.
By the way, like I don't even think you could take like the most risk-taking, high-rolling, like gambling man on the planet and put a picture of you or have you drunk in front of him and say, what are the chances of that person being the person you are today? That guy would say, no chance. I'm not. I bet high. I'm fucking willing to take a risk. I'm not taking a risk on that one. And like that is the beauty and the miracle of like, hey, remove the drugs and the alcohol. Just fucking remove the drugs and the alcohol from someone who is drawn to those things. Give them a person to believe in. Give them fitness. Give them healthy consumption. What you fucking put into your body. Healthy shit. And then eventually maybe some mindfulness and mindset practices. Poof. Like Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah, just showing up.
It's fucking wild. Mm-hmm. So now you let's talk about Sober Fit Girl, and I just want to kind of hear like the journey with that.
Okay. Where?
Like how you started it and like.
Well, I mean, I've been in fitness since 2017. I started doing bodybuilding shows, as you know. And
I think you were the first one to tell me to do bodybuilding, actually, weren't you?
Yeah. We met in
You
New
were
York
the first
City.
one.
Yes, we met in New York City, and we had a long conversation about it. And I was like, yeah, do it. And then you just did it. But that's how you are. It's like you need like one permission slip, and you're like, okay, I'm doing it. I was like, all right, let's go, man. It's a journey.
Yeah,
but
you
did really well because you did not drink alcohol. When you're doing a bodybuilding show and drinking alcohol, I'm surprised I even won the show, but it's hard. It's hard when you are trying to get super fit and drinking on the weekends, blacking out, binge eating. Like you got to work real hard. Yeah, it was. I still did well. I was drunk on stage, to be completely honest, but.
You didn't do real well. I mean, you won and got your pro card quick, didn't you?
Yeah, I won my first show, but I was literally don't remember being on stage. Sorry, WBFF.
Well, by the way, I'm sure half of the people.
Yeah, but anyway, so then I got sober in 2020. I was Sweat with Kat at the time. I was already doing online coaching. I was putting girls on stages as well, more like, get your dream butt in 8 weeks, or new year, new you type of like summer's here, summer body. And then when I moved to Bali, the pandemic hit. So I already kind of was ahead of other coaches because I already had an online program. And then when I started posting about my sobriety around like end of 2021, my sober self was being presented online, and synchronicities happened where I started, my fitness app, and I'm in partnership with a really strong business that helps coaches, and they're like, just put Sober Curious on the website. And I was like, what do you mean, me? Why would I do that? What? I'm only 2 years sober. I can't do that. And then it went insane. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of leads. And I was like, all right, here we go. We're doing this thing. And it just took off, and so many women were getting results, and a few of my clients became coaches. And about a year and a half ago, Random Tuesday, I was like, I should create a brand. I was like, why not Sober Fit Girl? Bought the domain, created the Instagram, and just started it. That's that intuition that you do not get when you're drinking. And that's one of my favorite things about sobriety is my spirituality and this really strong connection of my future self and like where I'm going. Even though it's scary, it's like a really calm feeling of this is the next thing. Regardless if I'm scared to do it, I do it. I'm an action girl. I just get after it. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw this shit at the wall and see what happens. And it always works out because I don't drink. And I stay connected, and I stay on my routine, and I do my habits, and I message all of my best friends every single day. I keep my side of the street clean. I pray, I meditate. And that's what I didn't get in sobriety. I mean,
it's so crazy that you say that, because like
I'm even having this moment right now with you of like this, like something's in this room that has guided us together in these chairs that we're gonna do really great things together. I know that, I feel that. It's scary, of course, but when I'm in this state of like calm and knowing, yes, with that little fear back there, but that's just limiting beliefs that I'm so scared of regret. Like it's one of my biggest fears of ever being older and be like, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I just get the Sober Fit Girl handle? That freaks me out. Mm-hmm. So that's truly my favorite gift of sobriety is my intuition.
I mean, it's so like, I don't know if I've ever actually heard it that way. Like, you're not able to tune into your intuition when you're drinking.
Or hungover.
And like, I really do think we talk about fucking biohacking and all of these all these things that you can do to like, optimize your life and your health and your longevity and da-da-da-da. The easiest
I'm with you.
fucking most effective, like foolproof way to enjoy life, be as fit as you want to be, live longer, live healthier, is to stop drinking fucking alcohol. I mean, it's just that simple. Like, I like that is the facts. And because once you do that, and I'm also talking to the weekend warrior, right? I'm not talking only to the person who's like fucking banging
I
her.
was the weekend warrior. I never drank during the week.
Wow.
Never. I never had alcohol in my house. Never. Never drank a glass of wine at home. Never was an everyday drinker. ever.
So how different is your life now? Completely different.
Oh my God, the only thing that's the same is my friends. Everything is, like, my relationship with my mother is only possible because I'm sober. Like, I lost my dad when I was 21 years old, and my childhood was horrid. Like, so traumatic that, and I always say this too to anyone who struggles with addiction or substance, is when I got sober, like, another favorite thing outside of my intuition is being okay with the past. Coming to terms and realizing I truly was doing the best I could with the resources that I had available at that time. I always was doing the next right step. Even if it was drinking again, I was just gathering more evidence of, like, this ain't good for me. And then I would get a few days sober, and then I would drink again. I'm like, this ain't good for me, but I was always moving forward. And the peace I feel, and, like, even talking about my father's passing without wanting to literally die is a gift of sobriety. My relationship with my mom, my family, even though things haven't really changed, I've changed, my perspective has changed, and I can show up and be the woman that I've always wanted to be. But I never got that. I had so much anger and resentment and self-pity, and it just was eating me alive. And that's my intuition, yes, but, like, my perspective of life and my past and seeing it as an asset now to help another person is the most amazing feeling ever. Because that's why I kept drinking, was the grief and the shame and hating myself, and then I would do it again. Because I was so mad that I kept doing it again until I said, this all makes sense. Of course this was my timeline. Of course I became a blackout drinker. Like, look at my childhood. I didn't have tools. I didn't have a mindset. Nobody cared about me. I was in and out of outpatient, like, childhood rehab. They didn't care. I was in and out of jail. Didn't care. No one paid attention to me. Why would I care about myself? No one cared about me. And so then you get sober and you work through this, like, deep spiritual healing, because I never could access any of that stuff. Like, it's so interesting, like, from, like, ever since I started drinking until now, I've always been disassociated. And that's a huge difference of, like, my energy of being so out of body my whole entire life. And then in sobriety, I'm here, like, I'm on the earth. And with that presence, you can look at the stuff that's underneath why you drink and heal it. But you can't if you keep drinking every weekend and getting blacked out, and more shame and more guilt and more grief, until you completely get rid of it. And then it's like, okay, I can look at this, I can see how I can use this as an asset to help another person. And then look, like, now Sober Fit Girl's here. And it's like, I'm like, how am I here? I don't even understand. But I just kept doing the next right thing, even if it wasn't perfect.
You know, I also think that is, I don't know if it's a characteristic trait just inherently of, like, people that are prone to addiction in general, that are able to also, like, just go full force at other things once the alcohol and the drugs are gone.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've seen a spectrum, right? Like, I will definitely say that not every single sober person is out there getting after life, right?
Right.
Like, it's something that you have to either want or, like, be, like, wired for. But I will say that there are an enormous amount of insanely successful people that are sober. Like, a lot of athletes, a lot of actors, a lot of doctors. Like, I have met some of the most successful and also humble, kind, like, grateful humans that are just fucking sober. And, you know, like, the thought of, you know, I think it's a challenge. I have a hard time not feeling like shaking somebody when they're like, what do I do? When someone's like, I can't stop drinking or doing drugs, like, what do I do? And that question is ridiculous, right? It is. Like, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to do. I have been, like, I get DMs constantly because my sobriety is way out there as well, from people being like, what do I do? And I'm like, you know what you have to do. Don't, like, once you say you know what to do, then I can help you. But if you're gonna ask me what to do, you know what I'm gonna say.
Right?
You can't stop drinking alcohol? Okay, you have to stop drinking alcohol. That is what you have to do. There's no other way. Now, you can try treatment. You can try a 12-step program. You can try meditation or the church, or you could try a bazillion things. You could try just to fucking lock yourself in a room and just don't do it. The end of the day, the one thing that has to happen perfectly, and only perfectly, if you actually want to get sober, is focus on one day and don't drink and use drugs.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Like, that's it. And miracles happen, you know? Like, and that's why it's like it's so exciting for me to know that I'm sitting next to someone who really has like completely fucking flipped her life around. And also, like, the one thing that you've said in our conversations about Sober Fit Dude is you have no idea how many people you're gonna help.
I keep saying it because you have no idea how many people you're gonna help.
But like, that to me is so awesome. And honestly, that has really been like, and I've shared with you, right? Like, my life is busy and full. And that has been like a sticking point for us. I'm like, damn, Kat, like, I want to do this, but I'm just so, how am I going to fit it in? And you're like, Michael, you're going to help a lot of fucking people.
And that's it.
And I'm like, okay. Because, you know, I know.
Those people will be delivered to you at the right time, with the right amount of space, with the right team. Like, it just happens.
Yeah, and it's super exciting to me to like be able to like make this a part of my way of not only telling my story, but like I shared, right? Like, people that are struggling might not know it, but arguably the most important piece of the puzzle that's there when they're ready is someone to look up to. Mm-hmm. That is just what it is. And chances are it's not going to be someone that's telling you need to get sober. Chances are it's not going to be someone that's like, you know, telling you need to go to therapy or go to treatment. It's going to be someone who is sober, chances are, and has built a life that person thinks is totally out of reach for them, but very fucking cool. And that's why I'm so excited about Sober Fit Dude. Honestly, I want to I like getting dudes in shape and telling them what to eat. I think it's easy for us as former bodybuilders. Like, you just get a deep education on fitness and nutrition. Going down that path.
Your own personal experience. Yeah.
You know, like, it's a real thing. Like, you know, with your eyes closed, how to get down to, you know, stage weight if you have to. I know exactly what has to happen. But it's the much bigger piece that I think is really exciting about, like, you know, getting dudes excited about living a different life, whether they want to get sober or not, even if they're just interested. Like, they've heard about this sobriety thing. Like, so many people, you know, 40% of alcohol sales are down. Like, I speak to, you know, I mean, from the restaurant biz, like, I've spoken to a couple of wine distributors, and they're like, dude, we're down 40%. Like, people are just not drinking as much. Now, I don't know if that's because people are stuck on their cell phones more. I don't know if that's because people have changed their behaviors about going out for dinner more, and they're just ordering in more. But I do know that a lot less alcohol is being consumed, and I hope it's not being replaced with, like, you know, fucking fentanyl and weed. But I'm sure there's some of that too, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like, it's really amazing to be able to see that. And because that is not like out of nowhere news right now, a lot of people are really thinking about like, what would my life be like without alcohol? You know, like I have influenced my whole family. My whole family. My cousin, sober. My uncle, sober. My brother-in-law, sober-ish.
And you did that by attraction.
But it's not something that like I intentionally did.
Exactly.
You know, like it's like, and it's not like I talk about it at Thanksgiving, but.
Well, it's how you present yourself, especially on your social media. So I have a question for you. I know it's kind of a trick question, but do you think you would have any of the things you have today if you were still drinking?
No fucking way.
Exactly. So what happens is people might not even know that they're curious, but then they go to your page and they see you're fit, you're confident, you're a family man, you have hobbies. There's just so many things. And then they hear you say, well, I wouldn't have any of these things unless I stopped drinking, and then it's just gonna click. Because I believe this, that I could, read how to get sober through 10 tips, but when I hear someone say their experience, it clicks different for me. And then I'm like, exactly like you said, like, I want that. So you don't even really have to do anything. You just be yourself and you say, hey, I can help you if you want. And then they come. Because you're not saying, get fucking sober. You're sharing your experience. And that's what I love about everything that you post is you're always honest in sharing from your own personal experience without shoving it down anyone's throat. And that's when people click and they feel safe with you. I mean, I wouldn't have even asked you to do this unless I feel safe with you. I felt safe with you that day at Tony Robbins. I was like, oh God, I really want to be around him and sobriety, and it just felt so good. And that's the presence you give without doing anything. And that's why you'll be so good at this.
Well, that presence is only available in sobriety.
Exactly.
Straight up.
And so you just saying that, even someone listening to this or watches a reel of you sharing that, they're going to be like, oh, duh. Because it only clicks when they're hearing it from someone that they can look up to, admire, and they're like, oh, that makes sense. And then they do the next right thing. That's why it's so important for people that are entrepreneurs and really fit and just excited about sobriety to keep talking about it, because even if you help one person, that person then will help another person, and then that person will help another person, and we don't even know who we're helping.
How important was fitness for you in sobriety?
Oh, I mean, I would be drunk
without it.
Yeah, because I think for me, I had such low self-esteem, but I was action-oriented and I needed to have a goal. If I don't have a goal, then I'm kind of just like floating around, like, I'll just drink. Whereas when I had a goal and then I was getting fit and I started with changing my body, that's when I was like, my self-esteem increased. And then when your self-esteem increases and you're seeing results, it's like, oh, I want to keep going.
Like I'm winning.
I'm winning.
For the first time in a really long
time. And I'm starting to feel damn good and my baseline's increasing and I'm like, damn. And then you drink again. That's what I did. And I'm like, ugh, I want to go back over there. It was way better over there. Way better over there. So I'm going to go back over there and I'm going to keep working out and eating healthy. And then I would drink after 2 weeks. And then I just really want to go back over there again. And I just kept craving that sober me. And it was because of fitness. It helped me gather evidence because I was seeing results and I was feeling good. And
were you doing fitness before?
I got sober, yeah.
For years?
4 years. Yeah. Yeah.
So you were playing that ping pong game.
Yeah. Yeah. The last year before I got fully sober, I would go like a week, then 2 weeks, then a week, then 2 weeks. So,
Wow, so you were really struggling, like back and
right.
forth.
I mean, the day that I got sober, like once I passed 14 days, that was the longest I've ever been sober. So I've only been sober 14 days before I got fully sober in 2020.
Did you want to drink during the week, but you were just like, I'm not going to do it?
Never. No, I never wanted to drink during the week. I ate.
You ate. Okay, so you had another.
Yes,
thing
I
there.
would starve myself or binge. I would starve myself and binge eat. So it was self-punishment to restrict, and then I'd be starving, and then I would binge eat. Because I had anorexia and bulimia for 15 years of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think those two things.
Oh, they're
very, very,
this is, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I was bulimic for the first year of sobriety, basically.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't bulimic in sobriety. I was a chronic binge eater. Yeah.
So you would starve yourself and then you would just go ham.
Yeah. I also was doing bodybuilding. So
Easy way to disguise.
yeah,
anorexia.
and it was a rough few years because, bodybuilding did make me kind of relapse on my eating disorders, but I was still moving forward because I was drinking less and I was learning how to change my body and I was understanding nutrition. Like I didn't know what a fat or a carb was. What?
Right.
Like,
right.
what does that even mean? There's fat in an avocado? I thought it was a vegetable. Like you just don't, you know what I mean? You just I knew nothing.
Nothing.
And then once you start to you just start to get this esteem and you're like, why would I drink? It feels so bad. Like if you go 14 days without drinking, you're increasing your baseline pretty high. And then you drink and it feels like death. So fitness, it saved my life. And I mean, obviously it's my career. So, but I love working out. It gives me endorphins. I feel confident. I really want to show women that sobriety is sexy and fun and exciting and you can build anything and do anything and fall in love and get everything you want. That's what I'm obsessed with Sober Fit Girl. Yes, I'm working on more of sharing the hard times, but I think it's really important for people to show the gifts because sometimes if it's too heavy all the time, it can feel just oh.
What, in sobriety?
No, just talking about drunk a lot. It just feels so heavy. So yes, in Sober Fit Girl, we do a lot of deep spiritual healing and stuff like that. But I think it's really important to focus on the future, what you can get versus what you're missing out on. And that's why I built Sober Fit Girl. It's I can still go out. I can still dress up. I can still dance till 4 a.m. and just drink Red Bull out with my friends.
By the way, when I go out, I am the life of the party.
Me too.
Full
Sober.
blown.
Yeah.
I go home first.
Yeah.
I'm home. I tend to leave early.
Right?
But when I'm there,
Exactly.
I'm never not chatting it up and having a blast.
Having a blast.
Having a blast.
And that's what I'm just on a mission to show is that you can literally have everything.
And also a really other, one other thing is I'm 45. Most 45-year-old dudes
Don't look like you.
don't look like that. I mean, I'm just
It's all right. Toot your horn, Michael.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
You-
I'm not afraid to say. I'm actually proud to say I'm 45 years old, because when my dad was 45 years old, he was an old man, and it's not like I'm just remembering him that way. I've looked at pictures of him.
Yeah.
My 45-year-old, the people that I know in the 45s it's just, there's something that maybe alcohol will preserve a fucking insect in glass or something, but it certainly does not preserve human
Their
beings.
body, not the body.
It will not. It is wreaking havoc on the body. It is wreaking havoc on the body, and it is poison. And I'm not afraid to say that anymore. People will be like, "Oh, shut the fuck up!" You talk so much about this because you're sober and whatever. And it's actually no. When I owned restaurants in New York, I had a lot of restaurants in New York, and the policy at these restaurants was, I'm sorry, you are not drinking here. Not only are you not drinking here, if you want to drink after work, you leave here and go do that. Like this environment, alcohol creates chaos and trauma.
Yes.
It just does. And because not for everyone. My wife has 2 glasses, a glass of wine, maybe 2 glasses of wine a day. No drama, no chaos, nothing. Lives the fucking pinnacle of health, straight up. She'll do that for the rest of her life. That's not everyone.
Well,
like,
you're not speaking to those people either.
no, but no, I'm not. I am speaking to like, well, interestingly, I think there are people like that too, that are just always looking to optimize even further, right? They're just
Right.
always looking to optimize even further. And so if your MO is like, yeah, you get home from work, you sit down at the dinner table, you know, you have dinner with your family, and then you pour yourself a whiskey every night. Like, by all means, like if that's what you do, great. Like if you could do that, great. However, if you are that person and you're just like, still, I just want to optimize a little bit more.
Right.
Chances are you get rid of the whiskey, like you're going to feel that.
I mean, I have a few sober fit girls who came to me with having 2 to 3 glasses of wine, and now one of them is over 3 years sober. Because the way that I coach is talking about increasing your baseline, just like that, optimizing. So she was waking up like nothing catastrophic like me whatsoever. And she's like, I'm just not really seeing results with my fitness. I'm feeling really tired, kind of depressed, and I just, you know, was following you, and I saw, you know, you're super fit, and but I can't stop drinking those 2 to 3. It gives me some sort of a relief, and I go, okay, well, let's try to do 7 days without drinking. And I think there's times, I have different methods, like we have the Sober Fit Girl calendar method, we have the Sober Fit Girl challenge method, and we have the Sober Fit Girl counting days method. And each of them are for a different client. And hers, it was the challenge method, but when you set a challenge of 7 days, you need to have support and reflect. Because you could just give up alcohol for 7 days, but not really reflect and then just drink again, you know?
Like not look at those days.
Not look at those things. So each day I would ask her, like, how are you feeling? Did you have any triggers? And we would go through it each day. And then at the 7th day, she's like, oh my gosh, why do I feel so good? I didn't even know that I was feeling bad before. Because her baseline was, you know, I'm all right. But now she's like killing it. So just those 2 to 3 glasses of wine got rid of. She did 7 days, and then I was like, and she drank again, and she's like, I kind of feel bad. And then I was like, all right, let's try 14 days. And then she did 14 days, and then she did 30, and now she's 3 years sober. By just the feeling, like you don't have to be catastrophic like you and I to stop drinking. You know, there's people out there that, like you said, can optimize, especially career. Like we're talking about intuition and building businesses. Those 2 to 3 glasses of wine are affecting your intuition, 100%.
And your creativity. For the women that are listening here, or for the men that are listening here that are, you know, eventually they'll be knocking on the Sober Fit Dudes door, because we're going to be launching that in the new year. But for women that are listening right now and, you know, they're struggling, they don't know where to turn, little tidbit. Outside of just like, obviously they should go on a Sober Fit Girl and just like check it out. Right. That's for sure. But something that they could just like put in their pocket to get them through the day today.
I write down the sober you and the drunk you and just pick one. Literally just pick one. Which one do you want to be? Like when you actually write that down, like in every area of your life, finances, career, love, friendship, body, write it down. In each area, who are you? And then ask yourself, if I don't stop drinking in 5 years, what will my life look like? And like that's the first homework assignment I give every Sober Fit Girl is write down your drunk you and your sober you, and then ask, if you don't choose the sober you, what will your life look like in 5 years? Just do that, journal that, right after listening to this podcast. And then that's going to give you the realization that you have to ask for help. Like, because that's so much information. Like, once you actually write that down, your head's going to probably spin off and you're going to get a lot of anxiety. And then that's when you ask for help. Because that's that motivation underneath. It's called your why. It's like, why do I want to ask for help? Because this is what I have. Get that information down on paper and then, okay, why do I need to ask for help? Right here. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing if I don't ask for help.
I don't know what I'm doing if I don't ask for help.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then you stay the same. Because when you have someone that's like, obviously I can give people tools and I'm certified in nutrition, but there's nothing like working with someone who understands it themselves. It's nothing.
I want to, we just launched these.
I'm ready. I'm so excited.
So I'm going to give you the chocolate peanut butter banger. I've got one open here, so I'm going to try it with you. Okay. But we just launched these protein bars a couple weeks ago. I'm very excited about them.
I was going to do this at home, but I guess we'll do it here. Wait, what's this one?
First bite, chocolate peanut butter banger.
Chocolate peanut butter banger.
Do you like peanut butter?
I love peanut butter. Ooh, it's soft.
It's soft. How good is that?
Oh my god. I'm not lying, you guys. This is real.
How good?
It's so soft.
This, I'm not joking. This is over 50 different iterations of making a protein bar and 3 different manufacturers. This is all clean ingredients, 20 grams of protein, 3 grams of creatine, no seed oils, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, no garbage ingredients. This is actually fucking good for you, and it tastes like a goddamn...
This is actually really good, you guys. Like, I'm not...
Well, you gotta talk into the mic. Let them know. Let them know that.
This is really good, you guys. No, and I don't even really do, like, influencing stuff, because I'm all about only supporting brands that I actually like. And...
How good is that bar? I mean, you should try the cookie dough flavor too.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm such a chocolate peanut butter nut that like
I love peanut butter and egg. But did you, in your bodybuilding, have to have peanut butter at night?
Never.
That's so weird. That was my, like, before bed spoonful of peanut butter.
I didn't have, I was like, I wanted to win so bad that I was just like afraid of
Should
fat.
we tell them the suppository story?
Oh, tell the story.
Okay, you guys.
This is amazing, by the way. This is fucking great.
This is why we're homies. Because you just, once you go this far, you just can't go back.
100%.
Okay, so when you're doing bodybuilding, you get kind of constipated sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Probably from all the protein.
All the protein and just like the weird shit you eat.
Yeah. So was it the day before or the day of?
It was show day.
Okay. And the show day, you want to be sure that you're clean because you can feel like bloated if you've got a lot of shit in your stomach.
Yeah. And JJ, by the way, had me eat like 1,000 grams of sweet potatoes the night before.
Oof. Because even if you like still look shredded, when you don't feel like ripped, it's like a really uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, and you want to eat a ton of...
Did I give you the tea though before the night? Did I give you the tea?
I don't know, but I just know that I had a Ziploc bag filled with mashed sweet potato that he was like, I just want you to eat that throughout the day.
Yeah, so his stool was hard. Everybody, his stool was hard.
Oh, it was
Michael's
fucked up.
stool was hard, and he called me, and I was like, you have to go to the pharmacy and get a suppository.
Yep.
And
I had no idea what that was, by the way.
Really?
I didn't know what that was.
Well, my mom's a nurse, so I think I had some suppositories growing up. You can't poop, just put one of these in your butt. And so I was like, Michael, you have to go get a suppository. He's like, what's that? I was like, it's like this little glycerin thing you put in your booty, and it's going to make you shit immediately.
And it burned like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so you stick it in your butt. It's not like you're sticking like a fist up there. It's just like a little, it's like this big.
Yeah.
It's like this.
It went in there. It went in there.
And then I'm like, you have to lay down. And just don't go right away. Because once you lay down, you can kind of feel it like rumbling and moving, but you have to like hold it.
Oh man.
Because if you do it too fast,
You're gonna get it all out.
You're not gonna get it all out.
You're not gonna. Your body's not gonna absorb what it needs to absorb.
Yes, because the glycerin makes the stool soft.
Ladies and gentlemen, I held it in and I felt way better. Let's just put it that way.
I was so proud of you. I was like, I'm so proud of you. No, I've actually got a few of my friends hooked on it too.
I mean, yes.
Have you ever done it again?
No, I've never done it again, but I also now know that like I can't, unfortunately, it's one of my favorite things to eat on the planet. I cannot eat a lot of sweet potato. I can only eat little bits of sweet potato. My for whatever reason, my gut microbiome does not like sweet potato. What do you think of that one?
It's really good.
So it's so interesting. Like
It's so soft.
There's been people that have been like all day cookie dough. And then there are people like, no way is cookie dough better than chocolate peanut butter. But the people that love chocolate peanut butter, love it. The people that love cookie dough, love it.
This would be good in some ice cream.
It would be, I mean, I had a guy DM me the other day and say that he made a protein shake and just dropped the chocolate peanut butter.
That's what I would do. I love to put frozen banana, almond milk, and a protein bar. This is going in.
So, but the coolest thing about that bar is that it's got creatine, and there are.
I'm on my creatine kick.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I think that's why I'm shredded. I'm on it. It's too low dehydrated though.
Creatine? Are you drinking? Did you up your water intake?
No, but I should.
I don't know. Actually, I've never heard about the creatine and making you dehydrated, but it would make sense because
it's the water.
It's creatine is essentially ushering.
It makes you take the water weight out, right?
Creatine basically ushers protein into your muscles, right? And so.
All right, Sober Fit dude, tell us about protein.
But creatine is like it's the most studied sports performance supplement ever to date.
Yeah.
And the studies that are coming out on creatine are just astonishing. Like everything from dementia and cognitive health to lean muscle mass development to muscle recovery, bone density. Like there's so many things.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot stronger because I haven't weightlifted in such a long time, and I just got back into like my bodybuilding style weightlifting, and I was like doing hip thrusts. I was weak. Started taking it like a month ago. I'm like, let's go.
That's amazing.
But I don't know if it's specifically that.
Kat, this was such a good fucking time, and I'm so grateful that you're sober, and it's so funny that we met at that Tony Robbins thing, and we're still friends, and we're about to do some really cool shit together, and like it's just like the world works in mysterious ways, and you just never know, right? Mm-hmm. Like you never know. Like would I have ever guessed that me just telling you that I was sober at that event?
Oh, you changed my life.
Like I would never have guessed that. I would never in a million years have guessed that. And cool.
Don't you remember I texted you when I was like a month sober and I was like, my skin is falling off.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And
I didn't have many sober people in my life at that time, but you were one of them. I was like, my skin's crawling off. I don't know why. I might feel like I'm dying.
It's
and you're like one day at a time.
People, you know, like you could think what you want, whether you're a believer in God or not, believer in a higher power or the universe, whatever it is for you. For me, God puts the right people in the right place at the right time. We just need to be ready to receive them.
I actually have a gift for you.
You do?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm excited. Let's go, gift time. I love gifts. Whoa, it's like a real gift.
Yeah.
Let's go. What? Holy shit. That's fucking dope. That's dope. Sober Fit dude. First hat. Let's go. So just so everybody knows, thank you so much. I'm fired up about that.
I'm really, oh yeah.
And that's a good fit. I could feel that. That's a good fit. Just so everybody knows, in the new year, Kat and I are going to be launching Sober Fit Dude, which is a counterpart to her Sober Fit Chick. And it is going to be a coaching program where I'm going to work with dudes that are, you know, either sober curious, sober, or just like trying to be better in life. And knowing that I'm a sober guy, they could always kind of lean on me as a resource in a community of dudes that are just trying to be better. And potentially some of them will be sober. I will always suggest taking a break from alcohol. There'll be fitness and nutrition, but it'll be a good community, and I'm really fired up about it. And I'm grateful that you asked me to do it, and I'm grateful that you've actually not only asked me to do it, but like have been really, like, I would say monumental in my decision-making process, especially around the helping guys thing.
They need you. You're going to help a lot of people.
I'm stoked on it. So we'll be launching that in the new year.
I'm
so
so
look out for
excited.
Sober Fit, dude. Obviously, if you're a female and you want to get in the best shape of your life and potentially take a break from alcohol, or you're just curious about that kind of thing, go check out Sober Fit Girl. Kat is amazing, and I've watched her blossom into this like totally fucking incredible human that's an entrepreneur and a crusher and a killer.
We're going to be a great team.
You know, where can everybody follow along? Just
Yeah, you can find me on my Instagram, Kathryn Sauser, or the Sober Fit Girl Instagram. I respond more to DMs on the Sober Fit Girl if you're interested in
you also have a podcast too, no?
Yeah, Sober Fit Girl, and you're going to be on in February.
I'm stoked on that.
That's going to be so great.
Kat, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. This is great, and you guys, these bars are fucking awesome. I'm like, are we over yet? I want to finish it. No, these are really great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
I don't know who needed to hear that, but obviously you put me in a room with another awesome, super successful, just glowing with life, sober human, and you're gonna get a great conversation. If you are struggling with drugs and alcohol, listen to me right now. This is a fucking fact. You don't have to do that anymore. And I'm sorry to use the profanity, but I just am passionate about really, when I heard sober from my first boss, Frank, when he said that to me and that ultimately echoed in my head and changed my life, I want you to hear this that way. You don't have to live that way anymore. That is a fact. I'm not unique. Kat's not unique. We weren't born from some weird, magma that gave us like the privilege or the opportunity or the extra shit to be able to live sober and happy and stoked. I hope this podcast struck a nerve because it obviously has me like, I am my best self right this very moment. Right now, right here, in this chair, across from Kat. This is the best version of me right now. And I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. I fucking trained hard. I sat down and had breakfast with my wife and my kids. I got in the car, I came down here, and I'm fucking interviewing people that inspire me. And this is the best version of me right now. It does not exist without day at a time staying sober. So this might not be you listening to this podcast. You might not have a problem with alcohol at all, and I'm sorry, but thank you for listening this long. I want to make a statement, and I want the people that are struggling, because there's a lot out there to just know. Just know. Yeah, life is good. Life is good. It just is, and the choices that we make on a daily basis will dictate how good or not good it can be for you. Share this podcast. That's the only rent I ask you to pay for listening in. I don't ask for shit outside of you sharing. And if you're feeling uber generous, give us a 5-star rating and a review. I would be super duper grateful for that. Thank you for subscribing to the podcast, and you know how much I love and appreciate you guys. Until the next one, y'all. Peace.